I was ready to go on vacation with my family a few weeks ago, and luckily I had the brand new 13 Pro with me. For a photographer and filmmaker, when you're getting ready to travel, one of the things that you think about is, okay, what am I bringing with me? You know, what camera am I bringing with me? Am I bringing a tripod? Am I bringing a gimbal? You know, this isn't me, the filmmaker, going on vacation with my family. It's me, the dad. It's me, the husband. I just wanted to be on vacation, but, you know, at the same time, I wanted to capture these memories, you know, of my wife and my daughter, and capture them beautifully. No cameras, no tripods, no gimbals, no lenses, just the 13 Pro. I've been making short films for Xiaomi now for a few years, and I've had the unique opportunity to take these phones onto some cool sets. It's a great exercise. It's a great way to show where we can take this platform in the future. I still think, you know, the magical part about having these great cameras on these phones is that these devices fit in your pocket. Sometimes you don't need to see, you know, the details of everything in your picture. The mood of the picture can be more telling of, you know, what that moment felt like. Like, for instance, you know, the room that we were staying at on our trip, we had wall-to-wall windows, floor-to-ceiling windows, and that's like a lighting nightmare, right? Because you have such a dark room and you have a bright sky. It's like you can't see everything. What I found that kind of helps was exposing for the highlights. When you expose for the highlights, sometimes your subject falls into a silhouette or falls into the dark, but that's okay, because for me, I know that's my wife, I know that's Mason, my daughter. What was more important to me in that moment was capturing the overall mood of the moment. So that's what I mean by mood over matter. When, you know, we're on vacation and we're standing at this beautiful spot, you have the beautiful background and you have your family and you take the picture of them, it's like, okay, this picture doesn't do it justice. And I think that happens because the background is so grand. We have our family right there in the middle of the picture and we don't really know what to focus on. One of the things that I like to do is switch to the telephoto lens. So in this first shot, I'm shooting my wife and daughter on this path and I'm just using the regular wide lens, and, you know, it's a beautiful picture, but, you know, it doesn't really look like the way we remember it. We remember this amazing tree tunnel, tree canopy, but that's not what the photo looked like. I switched it to telephoto. I took a few steps back, that way I have the same field of view of my wife and daughter, but now the background was closer, so I brought the background in. So you get the tree canopy effect, you get this tree tunnel effect, and that's how we remembered it. So when you look at the two images, you know, they never moved their spot. It was me. I took a few steps back, switched to the telephoto lens, and, you know, in essence, brought the background closer. They were still framed in the same way. So in this picture, I was behind my wife and she asked me to take a photo of her for her Instagram. So I let her walk in front and I take the photo of her, and I thought, okay, it would be a cool opportunity to switch the lens to the telephoto lens. So you can see here in these two photos, one's the wide lens, one's the telephoto lens. So for all you Instagram husbands and boyfriends, you know, if your lady asks you to take a picture for Instagram and you give her two photos, it's bonus points for you. One of my favorite parts about our room was our pool deck on the back. Just how rigid the architecture was, how straight everything was in contrast to the landscape behind it, the background. You have the clouds that are just undefined and you have the ocean that's wavy, and kind of the contrast of that was something really, you know, beautiful for me. So having that framing guide let me connect kind of the architectural points of the pool. It made sure that I had the right ratio between the two kind of different elements of the shot. My eye has gotten used to seeing certain things and using them as guides. For instance, the pathway we would walk up every night for dinner at this restaurant, there was flanked by these cool pillars on each side. I thought, man, that would be a cool picture. It just so happens my daughter was like running circles around the path, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to catch her, when she's right in between one of these pillars. And I thought it made for a really cool photo. A lot of times when we shoot our kids, we're shooting from a higher angle because we're taller than them, obviously when they're younger. And I think if we took the time to just maybe lower our level and take the shot from their eye level, we can kind of capture that moment and that memory from their perspective. And a lot of times they're more enthusiastic than us. So to be able to share that with them when they're older, I think it's a special thing to have that memory. Movement is moving. What does that mean? When you're taking these video clips when you're on vacation, you could definitely just take a video clip, put it away and be done with it, and that's fine. But I think, what I've realized is that, if you add just a little tiny movement, even if they're, 1 or 2 second clips, just the most subtle amount of movement adds a different dimension to the memory. It gives you a sense of space. It gives you a sense of where you were standing at that moment, and of that memory. So with the tips and tricks that I talked about throughout this video, I was able to capture some amazing photos and some great videos, not as a photographer or filmmaker, but as a dad and as a husband, which let me put together a short film, if you will, documenting a special time in our lives. And if you want to see that short film, stay tuned till the very end. I want to take this opportunity to say happy anniversary to my wife, Anne. Incredible woman, and it's been an amazing 15 years. Cheers.
Xiaomi